Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our next episode of the Speaking Nerd podcast. I am here to do the intro today. I'm Swfte with Marvel, and today we're talking about kind of some big deal stuff, depending on who you are. If you're nerds like us, the Super Bowl was a good place to catch an interesting trailer of Doctor Strange, and also, some other little tidbits. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl today. Now, personally, I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I did see all of the trailers and the halftime show, obviously. But yeah, so we're kind of just going to talk about our thoughts on what was revealed there and what we saw. So, do you want to kind of start it off?
Well, actually, I was gonna, before we talk about the trailers and stuff, I wanted to kind of do a bit of a lightning round on some other tidbits and news that came out over the last little bit. Basically, we're not gonna go like full into it. It's more or less like we're just gonna do a lightning round. So I'm gonna say what the news is, and you're just gonna tell me in like one word or like in a few words, whatever you want to do. What you think about it? Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? But before we get into that, like, because I have a few of them just laid out, there's one bit of news that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit that, well, it makes me, it's sad news, but a piece of it makes me a bit happy because of how circumstances came about. So, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. You probably know where I'm going with this, but let's take it back to October. We did the pre-DC fandom episode talking about all the stuff that were going to be there. Of course, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League was there. And I asked a very interesting question. I asked, are we going to get a release date? We all said no, but I said that it was going to get pushed to 2023.
You did.
And would you know it?
Here we are.
Not long ago, news came out that Suicide's Kill the Justice League got pushed to 2023. Now, am I upset? A little bit. I am, because I was looking forward to playing it at some point if, the shortages would stop and fucking people could actually buy PS5s and Xboxes and all that. Like, it would have been really cool, but but it's just one of those moments where the other guys, they had their doubts, but I called it.
He did.
I knew the shit would happen.
This man deserves a medal.
Yes. Yeah. Another thing that came into mind when that news came out was companies need to stop announcing games super early. Like we had the Wolverine game. It's early in development. We have no release date whatsoever. We just know that it's happening.
Right.
And same with the Wonder Woman game, just as an example from the Game Awards.
Yeah.
It's coming out. We have no release year, nothing.
Nothing.
And people have brought up a good point, which is companies need to stop announcing games early.
Yeah.
Because we're probably going to be waiting another 2-3 years before they come out. And, this was just another example of that where, we got the CG trailer at the first DC fandom release year, 2022. It's like, okay. And then the next year we had, basically a trailer with cutscenes, had some gameplay mixed in a little bit, but still no release date whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then this comes out and so I'm a bit upset, but hopefully they take their time and, deliver us a polished, good game. But
right.
I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with you. I mean, it's kind of bittersweet. It's like the delay is not good for the players, obviously. But in the long run, it might be better for us because they can, like you said, they can polish this game up and make it what we hope it is.
Yeah.
So that's the one good thing coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on that note, I'm gonna rapid fire some news, and you're just gonna tell me in one word or more how you feel about it. So,
Okay.
let's start with The Boys season 3 teaser. What do you think?
I've never watched The Boys, so don't really have an opinion on it.
Okay, I am ecstatic for The Boys. I can't wait. Batgirl set picks.
Excited, but I'm not overly excited.
Okay, yeah, same here. Um, Nintendo Direct,
Pretty cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to point out that over on Swifte's channel, we did talk about the Arkham Collection rumor. So I'll put a link in the description for that if you want to go check that out and see our thoughts about it. But okay. Marvel leaving Netflix.
Irritating. Extremely. Especially Daredevil.
Yeah.
That was just kick to the nuts.
It's so strange to me. Like that's the only way I can really put it. It's just strange. So hopefully we get it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Wolf Among Us season 2 trailer.
Pretty cool. I played a little bit of the first season.
Yeah.
So, it should be cool.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm super excited. I have the first Wolf Among Us on Epic, so I haven't played it yet for reasons you'd know of. But okay. Last but not least, Xbox plus Activision.
Concerned.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because I'm at least right now I'm an Xbox player.
Yeah.
So concerned.
I'm a little worried myself. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the main attraction, which is the SuperBowl trailers. I mean, just to get out of the way, I didn't watch the Super Bowl only because I was working that night. I did watch the halftime show when I got home, and it was okay. Not mind blowing or anything, but like it was fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't catch the game. I don't know who won. I'm not a sports guy, so not really into that. But what I am into are the movie trailers and TV spots we got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to throw that out there, what do you think was the best thing to come out of the Super Bowl? And I feel
trailer
like
wise,
out of
obviously
trailers,
it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
They gave us more than they could have given us for that trailer.
Yeah.
Especially the tease of who was in that movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't even expect them to go that far personally. So yeah, that is by far the best thing that came out of that. DC's thing I was pretty disappointed in.
Me too. I felt the exact same way. Like, because they have like this, they released this like days before the Super Bowl, but they have sizzle reel for the upcoming movies of 2022, which is the Batman, of course, the Flash, Black Adam, and there's one more that's Aquaman. Yeah, and you could see there was footage in there, but no trailers. I was expecting, because they did the sizzle. I'm like, okay, fine. We're gonna get the big trailers for the Super Bowl when it actually happens, but we didn't get anything, and that's really a shame because some of these movies are coming out like really soon. Like I think after the Batman, the next movie that comes out is Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised
July, I think.
there was no trailer for that. Something like that. I forget the release. It might have been July, but yeah, no trailer whatsoever.
Nope.
And there's this weird trend happening where they put out these trailers like 3 months before the movie comes out, which I think is a tired trend already. Spider-Man is a really good example with No Way Home, where they didn't know what to really do, so they were like, okay, we're gonna put out a trailer for 3 months ahead of the movie, and then have the final trailer, which every movie does, but have it a month before the movie comes out. And that's just terrible marketing right there.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah. So the fact that it almost feels like they're going to go that route with Black Adam and the rest of them. I hope that's not the case. I hope like we get official trailers at here some point, but the fact that DC didn't have more of a showcase for Super Bowl is like astounding to me.
Right.
So, but Doctor Strange was like, it was awesome. It was a great trailer. It didn't reveal too much in my opinion, but it revealed just enough to make me hyped for the movie. Like to me, it's the perfect way to do it to a trailer.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm in the same
boat. I'm excited to see all the cameos we have. We have a big tease in the middle of it. I mean, it's Professor X. We all know it's Professor X.
Yeah.
What's funny though? Could you imagine if he ended up being a completely different character? Like he's not playing Professor X, he's just playing somebody else.
Actually, that is pretty funny that you brought that up because I was thinking that.
I would be pissed off and probably like laugh my ass off at the same time.
So would I.
Amazing.
It'd kind of be a laugh of like, it'd be like the laugh of like, are you kidding me? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like could you imagine if like you see his head, like it's all covered in shadow, you see his face in the light, and then it turns out he's just like the living tribunal or something. You're just like, what? I think that'd be amazing. But I like the teases for like, evil Wanda and the Illuminati, which is interesting. Yeah. I was wondering how they were going to tackle that in the MCU, but the fact that they're making it kind of like a multiverse thing, I think is really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, great trailer. We're in great hands with Sam Raimi, and I'm super excited to see what kind of weird and zany shit he's gonna, just throw at us. Like it's gonna be an acid trip of a movie, and I can't wait for it.
I'm so glad that Sam is directing this. I think it's going to give the MCU a much different feel, honestly. Sam is not your typical MCU director. And, he's never directed an MCU movie anyway, but obviously I think when people think of MCU movies, they think of the Russo brothers, Joss Whedon, that kind of thing, or Jon Favreau, however you say it. But Sam Raimi is not someone who comes to mind. He has a very dark style about his movies, mostly because he was a horror director before he ever got involved in anything else. And, we see elements of that in the Spider-Man movies. So now I'm very curious to see how dark he actually gets. Because Marvel, people always critique Marvel as like, well, Marvel's the lighthearted one and DC's the dark one. Marvel has some dark shit. Marvel really does. People overlook that, and I think it's just the fact that the movies have made it super bright and go lucky. But the comics, there's some really dark themes in the comic books.
Yeah. I feel like a huge part of that was because, for a majority of the MCU, it had the kind of same, like it was a very like samey type thing with every movie where it's like, a lot of the same beats were, there in each movie. You got, your jokey characters, and maybe the situation might be grim, but like they kind of sprinkle these jokes throughout to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And I think after years of that, it just kind of became, everybody thought, when you think MCU, that's what you think of, like just this lighthearted, jokey type of thing. And the fact that, we're still going to get that to an extent with Doctor Strange, but like it's going to be like more weird and twisted and even like just plain dark, which is what I'm really excited about, because like the MCU prior to that haven't really gone grim too much. And
no, not really.
This is the perfect way to kind of do that, is to, have just kind of like these dark elements of the multiverse kind of creep in, and we're going to see a really fucked up like movie in the long run, and I am super excited.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. But, speaking of other trailers, I didn't really watch too much. I watched a snippet of that Lord of the Rings trailer, but it didn't really tickle my fancy. I don't know about you, but
I'm a Lord of the Rings movies guy.
yeah.
I'm not really interested in the series at all.
Mhm.
The movies to me are like something that should not be touched ever. So yeah, so that's kind of I'm not too like I'm curious to see what they do, but I'm not too hopeful about what's going to come out of it. I think personally it'll be a disappointment for hardcore Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I feel like if I jump into it right away, then I may or may not be like setting myself up for disappointment. So what I might do is just wait until the series finishes. If they say
Right.
it's good, then I'll check it out. But other than that, though, like I just have no interest in this whatsoever. And
Yeah.
it's not because I hate Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. Like, I've read the books, I've watched the movies, all that. But this it just didn't really feel all that exciting to me. And that's, I mean, it's more on the trailer than it is the show, but it mixes into both for me. So we'll see what happens. I don't really have much else on that, but
No, me neither.
I guess the only other thing that comes to mind was like the Sonic stuff, which was like, it's fine.
Yeah,
Probably
it
don't
is
watch
what
the
it is.
movie anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like I was going to watch the movie either way, just because it's the sequel to Sonic. Like I'm going to watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like the first movie, I was like, okay, this is fine. It's better than a lot of other video game movies, but like, I was like, I mean, I'm a Sonic fan, so I kind of it's partial to that. But yeah, I was gonna go see it anyway, probably by myself in a theater like full of kids, just like last time. um, is there anything else you want to mention before we? Because I don't really have much else to say on here. Like,
No, other than to answer your question, who won the Super Bowl? The Rams won the Super Bowl.
okay,
Just saying.
nice.
So yeah, that's the only thing I'll add. Yeah.
We're good. Well, on that, I guess that's the end of the episode. I know it's a bit of a short one this week, and not super long, all that, but like the next two videos are we in for some good stuff. Of course, one of them is going to be the Batman. It's going to be a spoiler video, so I'm just throwing that out there right now. But the next episode, I have an idea for, and I can't wait to showcase it to not only you guys, but also the channel too. So
Yeah.
But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Links for everybody's Twitters and YouTube channels in the description. Go check out Swfte's channel. We're doing the intensive treatment podcast over there. We're having so much fun talking about everything Arkham related. And yeah, I'm having a blast. So have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.
Bye, everybody.